Welcome back to Video James, and today we're talking about
forgotten first-person shooters. Guys, welcome back to Video James. Today we're talking about forgotten first-person shooters.
like Black. Not me.
Oh, I'll never forget you.
Hope not.
Anyway, all right, and I'm going to talk about Area 51. We brought these games up because not a lot of people talk about them.
No, and it's not something because Black kind of looks like Call of Duty in a way.
Yeah, but it's not Call of Duty.
No,
it's not Battlefield, and it's not. What else is there?
Oh God,
Overwatch.
It's Titanfall for that matter.
And these are, these are really kind of part of the more single player focused,
right?
First person shooters of the day. Like back when we were young pups. That's how your first person shooter was, because I didn't play an online first person shooter until Call of Duty Black Ops.
Yeah, that was the first time for me too. I didn't really care for Call of Duty back in the day.
Really?
No, I didn't. Remember, I told you I never cared for the World War stuff. I didn't like that.
Oh, see, I loved World War II games, but everybody remembers the Call of Duty games.
No, the first person shooters I played was like Doom, Quake, Duke Nukem. Those were the ones.
I liked Medal of Honor, GoldenEye.
Oh, GoldenEye too.
Yeah, GoldenEye was great. And there's a couple other weird ones, but if I call them out now, we can never do a second video of this.
No.
So we
still could.
We got to keep them in our pocket for later.
I don't have enough pockets for that.
Oh, you can put stuff in my pockets.
Well, I mean, I've got cargo shorts on, but not enough room.
Me too. All right. Anyway, so here you go. We're gonna start off with
Black. And it sounds inappropriate, but it's Black.
I think that's good.
Oh boy, this one's gonna be awkward. Black was released for the PS2 and the original Xbox consoles back in 2006. It was developed by Criterion and published by EA. The game was stylized for destruction, much like action movies and also Criterion's Burnout series. The game was labeled gun porn by developers and in magazines back then. The sound was award-winning. The over-the-top gameplay physics for its time, Black was an awesome first-person shooter. I remember back in the day, me and my friends would play Duke Nukem and other first-person shooters, and even Doom and Quake. And then this was recommended to me, and I immediately fell in love with it. The controls are a little rough, but I think the game still holds its own today. Well, that's what I thought about Black. Once again, it gets really awkward in this situation.
Well, my game is called White, and no, I'm just kidding. Mine's Area 51, and it stars a white guy, and it has more than one word in the title. Well, I guess 51 is not a word.
No, it's not. They're also numbers.
Okay. Well, White Area 51. I think people need to give this one a shot. So here you go. Take a look at it, guys.
Major Bridges, Has Team Bravo reporting for duty. Have you been able to establish communication with Has Team Delta?
Captain, you and your team need to suit up now. You're going in.
Area 51 is a 2005 science fiction first-person shooter. It was made by Midway Studios, Austin.
It's a loose remake of the Area 51 arcade game that was a light gun game back in the 90s. In this version, you play as Ethan Cole, voiced by David Duchovny. You have Ian Abercrombie, he's Dr. Cray. You have Powers Booth as Major Bridges. You have Marilyn Manson as Edgar, an ancient alien. Ethan has a lot of tools at his disposal. He can scan the environment. He has standard weapons, but they have a primary and a more powerful, less accurate secondary weapon. Alien weapons are also available, and some weapons are also dual wield.
I want every square inch of this base searched. We've got an unauthorized agent running around loose here. He's compromised the elevator and blew up that transport truck. There's no telling what he'll try to destroy next.
Start off in a team and then have to survive on your own. It gets very, very lonely after running around with a team for so long. Ethan gets contaminated by the aliens later, and after that he gains the power to control his stamina, his strength, and be able to identify enemies easier. The game really sets up great set pieces, much like a movie. It's a real foreboding feeling. The excellent performances on top of that make it even better. It's similar to Doom 3. I actually played this game because I didn't have an Xbox at the time or a PC that could run Doom 3, and it seemed like the best alternative. Things I remember about this game, though, is the first time I ever played a game, I think, that I remember really good voice act in a first-person shooter.
Captain, Cole got the guy. We're coming in.
When Midway went out of business, the game was released as freeware for the U.S. Air Force, which is a really strange footnote for a game like this, but I guess if it's Area 51, they want to own the rights to it. If you look around on the internet hard enough, you'll probably find the freeware version of this, and it ran on my PC pretty well, but it is also dirt cheap on PS2 or Xbox. I recommend for compatibility issues and things like that you might run into, just if you have an Xbox, get the Xbox version. It supports 480p. This is a great game that shouldn't be missed by anybody looking for a classic first-person shooter.
All right, guys. I mean, that's 2 of many forgotten first-person shooters that we feel are forgotten because you don't see people talking about them all the time.
No, because now you got the big 3.
And yeah.
Big 4, actually.
Probably big 5 before we know it.
Yeah, pretty soon.
I don't know how people spread themselves so thin over all these game series because, I mean, we're hoping, if you want to look back at the history of first-person shooters, this is a good place to start because there are more accessible ones because they're just from a couple generations ago before you jump back to, like, the PlayStation. Where things get a little bit rougher because you don't have a standardized dual-stick layout like these two do. Does Black have that?
Yeah, but the...
yeah. Well,
the controls...
Well, Black was made by people who made driving games. So
Burnout.
You can't fault them, yeah. So, it's a great place to start for these old first-person shooters, and they're both dirt cheap.
Yeah. I think I can honestly say I bought Black pretty darn cheap.
For like $5. Yeah, they're really cheap. In the case of mine, it's free if you know where to look on PC for it, and pretty much any modern-day PC will be able to run it very well. So, if you have any suggestions for other games you'd like us to review or type of games you'd like us to review, always comment and like and subscribe. Good night.
Bye. We're not farting this time.